Hit record and we'll get started. Okay, so thank you. So my name is Liz Disterhoft, and I am going to do a little bit of an intro of myself. I'll give you sort of a little bit of a flow of tonight and what we're going to do. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to start with some introductions. I'm going to tell you a bit about myself, a bit about really why I created this program and about the program itself. I did post in the chat, the link to the webpage that has a lot of the information about it, but I want to share really from my heart and I want to get to know you guys a little bit too. So after the intros and after I talk about the program for a few minutes, I'm going to open it up to introduce the circle here tonight. And that'll be, just a chance to kind of get to know everybody a bit about what drew you here. And then after that, we're going to do a journey, a guided visualization journey, which will be really cool. And give you a chance to tap into just like the essence of creation and maybe a little bit about what your higher self might want to share with you about your creation process and about, any information, insights, or um, um, information really that your higher self wants to give you about your own creation process. So that I can share more about as we get towards it. Oh, we have another person joining tonight. Oh, Andrea. Cool. Hi, Andrea. Oh, we had another one. I knew some more people would be popping in. I might have to give you the lay of the land again so everyone knows. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Andrea. Welcome. So
Hello.
you're welcome to come on screen. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. Oh my gosh, Brittany, are you at the beach or something? You look like you're just living your
Just
best life.
sitting outside, but the ocean is right
You
here.
have no idea how perfect that is because that is where we're going to be going to do our visualization journey
Amazing.
tonight. So you
I'm
will
here.
actually be tapped into the energy. Very cool. So, yeah, so I was just sharing a little bit about kind of the flow of tonight. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to do an intro and share a little bit about the Dream Incubator program and why I love it so much and how it's just my favorite. And then, what we'll do is some intros for you guys. And then we're going to dive into a journey, a little guided visualization journey, really tapping into the essence of really the ocean, which is the plan where Brittany is right now, and getting in touch with the essence of creation, the ocean of creation, and tapping, giving you all the chance to tap into information that your higher self might want to share with you this time about your own creation process. Okay, so just a little taste of the Dream Incubator, so you kind of get a little bit of the experience. And I'll tell you more about how the classes kind of flow as well. Then after that, if you guys have questions, you want to stay on and chat, you're welcome to do that. But I just wanted to thank you all again for taking the time to come tonight. And I think it'll be fun. I think you'll have a good time, which is really important. So, yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to share a little bit about myself. For those of you who know me, but just, are okay with hearing the spiel again, my name is Liz Disterhoft. And really, my background is it's sort of a bit of an eclectic background. I really started my career in the art world. I've always been a really creative person. I lived in New York City and I worked in the art world for about 10 years. I did a lot of different things. I sold art. I worked in film. I made um, backgrounds for films, like you know, the backdrops and things like that. I also did costume design. So just a lot of like creative types of projects. And when I was in my Saturn return, my late 20s, I decided I wanted to become a therapist. I had been in therapy for a long time and really was like just really called to go deep into the psyche. So I became a therapist. I went to grad school. I worked really hard to kind of really learn a lot about trauma therapy and about really understanding how people heal, right? And how people heal, not just with the mind, but with the mind, the body, and the spirit. And I really learned that through witnessing a lot of people, a lot of my clients go through that process. And a lot of my clients were from different countries. I worked with a lot of immigrants that really in, cultures where spirituality and community healing is just more prevalent than it is here. And so I was learning from them for years and years and years and seeing how their connection to their spirituality healed them. And so, and healed them from things that were really things I didn't even think you could heal from, right? And so I decided that, well, I had done a lot of trauma therapy too, so that was tough. So at some point, I learned Reiki along the way. Bringing in energy healing into my work was like probably the biggest game changer of my life. I think opening the door to energy healing and tapping into those deep, universal flows of healing energy allowed me to see how, when we really connect intentionally with that type of um, beautiful consciousness, right? Like that divine consciousness, the healing and the movement of energy is just amplified so much. So, ever since I learned Reiki about 15 years ago, I've been combining it with coaching, with uh, therapy, and just I would say that it's also energy work has also expanded my creativity. So I've been teaching for a long time, creating programs for mental health people, creating programs for practitioners and for holistic community, and really anybody who is really connected to um, their own, source energy and really wanting to do something authentic for them, right? And so after years of like doing trainings and doing programs and just loving that I get to work with all these amazing practitioners and amazing, mostly women, but men too, right? Just like all of these awesome people. One thing that I ended up seeing was that there's so much creativity and so much opportunity for new things to come through. But I often see that the practitioners and the spiritual people and the people that really have the ability and the ideas to make great change really holding back from creating the things that they wanted to create. Now, that being said, I have seen a lot of people create amazing things, but I've also seen them wanting to create things from like a deeper level. So you can kind of come into this program in different ways. It could be the first time maybe you've created a program or created, it doesn't have to be a program. I say program, but we'll just call it creation because it could be so many things. And that's really what I want to open up to say too. And the other thing I want to say is that if you're thinking about, what is it that I would come in and do? What is it that I would come and create? You don't have to know anything about that to start this program. Sometimes the less you know, the better, because the process will bring you there. The process will bring you into a deep connection with yourself and a deep connection to the blueprint of what it is that you um, are ready to bring forward into creation. And sometimes that can even be like an entirely new version of yourself. Sometimes that can be a total shift in your reality. There's an aspect of this program that I want to share that is very much a personal transformation too. Okay, you could be creating a variety of things. You could be creating, I've seen people make books. I've seen people create healing programs, like their own Reiki manuals, their own healing programs. I've seen people create entire businesses, healing businesses. I've seen people create schools for children. I've seen people create and move through just incredible transformations in their lives, like change, where they're living in the country and just completely like using the energy of this creation portal to just move through into the next version of themselves and their lives. And so it really can go a variety of ways. I mean, your creation is unique to you, right? It's unique to what you're bringing forward. So, after seeing so much creative potential, and I'd been creating programs for a long time, I said, I should create a program for program creation. And I remember sitting there, and my friend was laughing at me. She's like, that's so perfect. Of course you would do that. And I'm like, it is because I know how to do it and it's so natural to me. And I want to hold space to help other practitioners, other healers, other spiritual entrepreneurs do the same thing. And really, it's about that space holding. And that's what makes this program really unique. It's not about what you create, it's not about it being a specific thing. It's about you being allowed to move through this really creative portal in a way that's really authentic to you so you can bring forward something really powerful for yourself and for other people too. Um, so the program itself, just some logistical stuff. It's on Tuesday nights. It starts June 2nd and it goes through June and July. I do have the week of the 4th off. We do take that off, but it's the first, it's the 4 weeks of June and then 4 weeks in July to the end of July. And it's in the evenings. And I've run this program now. This will be the third year that I've done it. The first year, it was this format. So the first year was 2 years ago. It was this format. We did it in the evenings for 2 hours. And I know that seems like a long time, but I'll tell you sort of how it's set up because it's not like a class where you're, sitting there and filling your mind with information. Okay. It's a really different kind of experience. The second time I ran the program was last year, and it was a bit different. I sort of divided it up into 16 weeks. So this is an 8-week program that has 2 hours. That one I had divided up into 16 weeks of 1 hour a week. And I did it during the middle of the day, and it didn't have the same like juicy energy of the 2 hours in the evenings. And I'll tell you why. Okay. And so I went back to my OG, my original setup, because it did, I think, work the best. So the 8-week program, it was just like this. What we did and what we will do again is we tap into 8 weeks of, I call them the 8 modules of creation. Okay. And for those of you who are open to this, I think some of you are since we have Brittany at the beach. The energies and the frequencies that support this program are really oceanic, I think, because it's creation. And I was shown, this was years ago. This has been this program has built over the years. I was shown years ago the whale energy and how it's really like the most creative energy on the planet. And the whales were sharing with me how they wanted to help support people with creation and the creative process. So I made these essences, this water essences called the whale songs. It was these 8 essences. And I was like, why am I making this? Right. And after some time, I was shown what they were for, and they were for to support creation. And then even a year later, I was shown that they were each like a module of creation. And so that's really where the Dream Incubator came from. So if you're someone who's connected to whales, this program will definitely vibrate with you. If you're someone who's connected to the ocean, this program will definitely vibrate with you. And if you're someone who's connected to the stars, this program will vibrate with you because those are really some of the frequencies that we're working with in the guided meditations and things like that. And also just how the program kind of originated, because a lot of my programs do really connect directly with nature. And that's some of the best teachings for me and for, I think, human beings. That's my opinion. And so this program has 8 modules. Each module is a module of creation, and we're really tapping into these essences, these energies of creation. And each one is a little bit different, but it's a process. So for the first hour of every Tuesday night, we're doing, if we're moving through things, a bit of a check-in. Now, this isn't like coaching in the way that a coaching program would be that I've run. It's very much more about the creation process. And this is an opportunity for you to really focus on that. And so even as things are coming up, right, as we're creating, it's possible that things come up, like blocks come up as you're moving towards bringing something forward. And I do support all of that, right, in the process. We just keep it really focused on the process. So we're not diving into like, deep traumas and things like that in this course, just so you guys know. I mean, things might come up, but it's more something that as you're moving through the creation process, there might be blocks and things. And so I do offer energy work as well during the session. So you're getting a guided visualization that taps you into the energy of the creation module. You're getting energy work. And then the next hour of the 2 hours is just like a deep creation session. So, kind of after we get into the energy and we're really tapped in, we are, even though we're on Zoom and we're in our own spaces, we're all together and we're in a creation container essentially. And so we're not talking, like, we're not like, what are you doing? What's that? It's quiet and I play music, but there's an energy that is palpable. And this energy of when you create in a group together, of especially a group of powerful, creative, spiritual people, it is powerful. It moves whatever it is that's ready to come forward. Like it just really amplifies that creation. So that's what I found to be the most effective setup for this program. So I'm going to run it again that way because it's also fun, right? Like you create and then you kind of go to bed. It's 9 and you're like, okay. And if, it's just a great thing to have in your week and you're really bringing something cool forward. And you might not know what it is until like week 6. You know what I mean? But you're in this process. And so that's a little bit about the process itself. Some of the experiences that people have had in the previous cohorts, I think I was saying that a little bit before, is, just the businesses, different things, books, new versions of themselves, healing programs, things like that. It really can be anything. I've gone through this program myself. I also do it privately with people. Sometimes people reach out to me because they're like, I'm ready to make something and I just really want the support. And I'll do it privately with them. And, sometimes what I will say too is this. Sometimes you bring something into the world energetically that's so big, it might be like a 5 to 10 year thing. Like you might be shown a big creation, right? You just don't know what it is, but it's all about taking the step by step. So it's not, I don't want to say to you, okay, that this program, by the end of it, you're going to have this wrapped up, tidied up product to give to the world. You might, right? You might have something like that, but it also might be part of something bigger that comes through for you. Okay, that's kind of the level of creation that can happen in this type of a program too, because of um, the powerful aspect of the group of creators coming together. I really think that's what it is. I think it's really about the people in the program. So, on that note, um, I would love to hear a bit of. We're going to do a bit of a journey. Okay, just wait for everybody to get settled. And our journey tonight, a little taste, a little flavor, a little bit of the connecting with the energy of the creation space of the ocean. Those beautiful, creative, nourishing waters, all the living beings in them that have come from them, as well as the energy of the night sky and of the stars. Okay. So to begin, we're going to just take a couple of nice deep breaths, breathing down into the belly on the inhale, releasing through the mouth on the exhale. Taking another deep breath in, bringing the air all the way down into the deeper part of the belly. And on the exhale, allowing the air to come out through the mouth. One more deep inhale and exhale. Okay. Just beginning to notice the body settling into wherever you are, your chair, your bed, or if you're just sitting on the floor, and just noticing the earth beneath you. Feeling your connection, feeling the earth's support beneath you, holding you and grounding you. When you're ready, you can begin to imagine yourself outside on the beach, standing barefoot on the sand. It's nighttime. The sun has just set. The sand is still warm from the sun, and as you stand there, you feel the warmth of the sand under your feet. You look out over the ocean, and you see the waves rolling in. As they gently roll in one by one, you hear the soft crashing of each wave as it touches that beautiful sand and rises up, touching your toes. The water is warm. You take a nice inhale and another exhale, breathing in the beautiful air of the ocean and the ocean's edge. You look up and you see the night sky, its vastness, the darkness and the potential. You notice the stars are starting to appear one by one, like friends coming to greet you as you stand here on the edge of the ocean. You continue to connect, to allow the rolling waves to come up, to touch your feet. You might even begin to sit down in the sand, getting a little bit more comfortable in this space by the water's edge, resting a little more deeply into the meditation. From here, you begin to look at the waves again and feeling the energy of this incredible ocean and its life force and its life-giving energy. And with each wave comes a new rhythm of inspiration, a new wave of inspiration, allowing you to receive inspiration in new ways. Taking another breath here. You begin to notice that each wave is glistening and glimmering with the reflection of the stars. It's almost as if the stars and their light is coming down to dance upon the waves, and the crests of the waves are alive with music, so the stars can move back and forth and forward, up and down, carrying this light from the stars towards you. Allow yourself to begin to receive the beautiful music and harmony that comes from this reflection of the stars dancing on the tips of the waves. As you breathe in and out, you begin to feel the reflection of the stars. And you know that these stars and the information that comes from them is connected to your higher self, the part of you that is unwounded by life, the part of you that knows what is your path. And as the light of the stars of your higher self come into your energy field, dancing from the waves, you continue to breathe in and out and allow yourself to receive the information about your creative process at this time. Take some time allowing yourself to receive in any way, whether it's through imagery, inner knowing, sensation or energy, or if you hear anything about what your higher self wants you to know to support your creative process. So, beginning to again look at the waves and feeling again that inspiration of the ocean after having received the higher frequencies of creation from your higher self. You begin again to feel the warm waters of inspiration and of this creative, healing, life giving ocean. Coming back to your body, coming back to your legs, to your feet on the sand. Taking a nice deep inhale and a cleansing exhale. And beginning to come back into the space you're in your home or wherever you are calling in from tonight. And from here, I invite you to take a couple of minutes to write down anything, to make note of anything that came through for you, that you want to remember. Okay. Okay. And as you finish up, you're not in a rush, but for those who are finishing writing or taking notes, if there's anything that you'd like to share, you're welcome to in the chat. You don't have to, but if there's anything you'd like to express or share about what came through for you, you're welcome to. Sometimes it can be helpful to verbally process in that way or to share, but that's really up to you, okay? Anything that you received about how your higher self wants to support your creative process. Ah, yes, Carrie, so important to play and have fun while creating. Yes, I know, I know. It's so true. Brittany. Okay, thank you for coming, Brittany. So glad you were able to make it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the whales have a lot of fun with each other in the water. They like, you know, they're playing too. Dolphins definitely have a lot of fun. Okay, so if anyone else wants to share, you're welcome to. Just to give you a little bit of of information about the program cost and things like that. So I'm just gonna pull it up. Just give me a second if you wanna kind of, oh my gosh, you're gonna see all my tabs open. It's crazy, but you know what? You're just gonna see how out of control my creative process is. That's okay. So I'm going to share with you my screen so that I can just tell you a little bit about the sign up and stuff. Basically, I have it set up. It's $555 for the full 8 weeks, but I have it set up so it's if you signed up in May this month, it would be you could pay in 3 installments over the 3 months. So it's a subscription for 3 months. It would start this month, right? May. There'd be it's a subscription on my website. So there's May, June, and July. And then that way you can make it easier for yourself. You sign up once on the subscription, and then it just comes out once a month for the 3 months. You're also welcome to let me know if you would like to just pay it like upfront if you decide you want to do it, and you can do it that way too. It's really up to you. But the subscription kind of makes it easier for people to pay in smaller increments. So I have that available. Let's see. You know what? To be honest, my computer is new and my Zoom screen share is a little funky right now. So I'm not going to share the screen, but I did put the link, and I will re-put the link in the chat again so you have it. And you can just open it and check it out if you want to look at that. The subscription, oh, Jessica, to envision what I'm creating already exists. Totally. Yes. It does actually already exist. You don't even need to envision it. You know it does. Um, Okay, so there's the link to the website. On the website, it gives the breakdown of the dates and how to subscribe. There's a link. The 3 months, when you hit the subscription will take you there. Basically, when you subscribe, you have to sign up to be a member of my site. So there's a little bit of a process where you sign up to be a member, I approve you, and then from there you sign up for the program. Everyone in here, you're welcome to join. Like this would be an amazing cohort. There's already a couple of people who are signed up who are, and usually it's like 8 to 10 people, 8 to 10 creators. Um, that provides like a nice group energy without it being impersonal. You know what I mean? I feel like that's always like a good number. That's usually about the number that kind of comes into to this group. So that's kind of what I anticipate. Um, and that's pretty much it. So I'll open it up to any questions if anyone wants to ask anything.